Welcome back to Transcriber from Reddit. Today's topic comes from the subreddit ShitLiberalsSay, posted by user ttom1235. The post is a screenshot of an original post made by a user. His name is blacked out, but I'm willing to guess that because this is the subreddit ShitLiberalsSay, that this was a liberal who posted it. The title of the reposted post is, "Actually guys, my map says Palestine is the aggressor," with the tag in gray, "Isn't real." The screenshot post has a map with its own title saying Israel-Palestine Evolution of the Conflict. The image has its own title that says Palestinian-Arab Political Control, and it shows Palestine's transformation from 1946 to 2007. For those of you who are listening and don't know, Palestine was its own state before control/Jewish immigration happened. So then it transformed from Palestine to Israel. Now, there is a key at the bottom of the image which is important for me to mention first. It shows Palestinian rule. The color green represents Palestinian Authority, and the orange represents Hamas. Non-Palestinian rule is represented in a couple different colors. There's dark blue for British, red for Egyptian, yellow for Jordanian, and light bluish green for Israeli. Starting with the left image, reading towards the right, we see the state of Palestine in 1946. The entire country is colored in blue for British, and it has a British flag on top of it. Then we cut to the next panel, which shows Palestine in light bluish green for Israel. For the year 1949, Israel is the majority ruler of this country. However, we do see red being shown in the upper left corner for Egypt, and yellow shown along the right-hand side in a small section for Jordanian rule. Then we cut to the center panel, which shows Palestine, now currently Israel, from top to bottom in light bluish green. Continuing to the next panel, it reads 1995, again, State of Israel, bluish green, with spots of green all over it. That shows Palestinian Authority. The spots for Palestinian Authority are marked on the upper left corner, as well as generally north or northern side of Israel. And then finally, the panel on the far right with the year 2007 again shows State of Israel in bluish green. But now we don't just have the Palestinian Authority in the northern section, we also have what used to be the Palestinian Authority in the upper left corner as now being orange, showing it's now under Hamas's rule. Now, in the previous panel that has the year 1995, there is a flag at the bottom that says 1994, first ever Palestinian rule over any land. Cool, interesting map. First thing I want to say is, it is, as far as I know, a historically accurate map of the timeline from when Palestine transitioned from British authority to primarily Israeli authority. Also, it happened in large part due to the Holocaust, because it was felt that the Jews needed their homeland back. I mean, why they didn't do the same for the Romani Gypsies, as well as the other marginalized ethnic groups that Hitler picked on during the Holocaust, I don't know. I guess they figured that it was easier to hand over Israel to the Jews and just ignore the other victims of the Holocaust. Next, I do want to point out that it is just a map. That's all it is. It's a map that shows the land of Palestine turning into Israel and the ethnic groups that came and went or still stayed there. And keep in mind, it's not even to this present day. It's only as accurate as 2007. As a map, it might be useful in portraying how the Palestinian-Israeli conflict escalated to where it is today, but you can't realistically use it and just say, hey, this is the evolution of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, and just leave it at that. It looks cool, it's a pretty picture, but it doesn't have any substance or weight to it if you are trying to actively make an argument with it, unless of course you have other sources to draw from when making your case. I will hazard a guess that this meme is used by liberals who will defend the Palestinian attacks on Israel. And the reason I say that is from the two comments I will feature in this video. The first one made by Soviet_happy, saying, "Liberal history be like, the British just left, lol." No mention of the terrorist attacks by the Irgun and Leahy. Irgun is spelled I-R-G-U-N, and Leahy is spelled L-E-H-I, upon British officials/colonists, parentheses, boo-hoo, I know, end parentheses, and the Palestinians that had been there all along, and how those far-right militia groups, parentheses, Zionist terrorists, end parentheses, would go on to become the new Israeli government. I mean, liberals don't even know of the similarities to this occurring in Ukraine in 2014, so I guess there's no surprises here. And then user Ash2Bro, in response to Soviet_happy's comment, says, "Liberals' history really do be like that. I'm Canadian and really felt the cognitive dissonance when they obfuscate all the crucial details involved in colonialism, or, and this part is in all italics, how they glorify the fur trade as a precursor to modern capitalism." Granted, I don't know of any liberals personally that would defend the fur trade or glorify it, but that's just me. I will go back to point something out from Soviet_happy's comments. When he says terrorist attacks by the Irgun, that, when you look it up, and I'm just going off of Wikipedia here, the Irgun is a Jewish paramilitary organization that operated in Mandate Palestine and then Israel between 1931 and 1948. It was an offshoot of the older and larger Jewish paramilitary organization Haganah, spelled Haganah. The Irgun has been viewed as a terrorist organization or organization which carried out terrorist attacks. Apparently, on May 14, 1948, the establishment of the State of Israel was proclaimed, and then the process of absorbing all military organizations into the IDF, or Israel Defense Forces, started. They wanted to absorb the Irgun into the IDF. There was a full-out disagreement about it, and granted, I'm paraphrasing here, and I encourage you to dig into this, there was an ultimatum that was issued to the Irgun to liquidate themselves and integrate into the IDF or be destroyed. In which case, you can guess what the Irgun decided to do. Good job, Israel. You decided to integrate a whole bunch of Jewish nationalists into your defense force. I hope that did not backfire on you at all. That concludes today's video. Please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment down below, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you.